Namaste. Welcome to Computer Science YouTube channel. In this video, I have mentioned the new topic, that is computer hardware, computer peripherals. Computer hardware. This is one of the easy topic, and in this topic we are going to discuss about what is computer hardware, which parts of the computers are called hardwares, and how the computer hardwares perform its work, and what are the computer hardwares. So as you all know that computer hardware, these are the physical parts of the computer, and that parts of the computer which we can see, touch and feel, these are the computer hardwares. And computer hardwares have different types. Whatever the physical parts and whatever the parts, that means whatever the parts present on the computer system, these all are the computer hardwares. The external parts, not the internal part. Internal part, these are called the computer software, but the whatever external parts are present over there, these are the computer hardwares. You know about the devices, like the input device, output device, processing units, or it is also device, storage device. These are the computer hardwares, types of computer hardwares. So we go on discussing about these devices of computer hardwares, that means hardware components of the computer system. So first of all, we are going to discuss about input device. Input device. Now what is the input device? This is one of the device that present in the computer, which helps us, or that means user who is using the computer, to input the data and instruction to the computer. Now you have to know about the work of input device. Input device, first of all, whatever the work we are going to perform by using the computer, that work should be performed by providing the instruction to the computer, and that instructions are provided by using the input devices. So this is the work of input devices: to receive data instruction from the user, and to take input data, that means to take input data and provide to the computers, to and for performing its work according to given instructions by the user, and to produce the meaningful output. This device, the device which are used to enter data into the computer, this is the input device. The definition, in definition of input device, you can write this one, and there are the examples of input devices like keyboard, mouse, scanner, joystick, light pen, microphone, webcam, touchpad, etc. As well as touch screen is also there. So these are some of the example of input device, and there are many other examples also. You can see I have listed over here only this much. Okay, now we are going to discuss on next topic, that is output device. See, output device. Now what do you mean the output device? Input, we have already discussed on input, that means just to take the instructions from the user. And now the turn of output device. Now what the output device do? It's not that, as we all know that this is also one of the parts of computer hardware that we can see, touch also. And output device, the work of output device is to provide the informations or the result which is obtained by processing input data that is provided to the user, and that things are done by the output devices. So the work of output device is to provide the output result to the users or us who are using the computer. This is the work of output device. So output devices are also of different types, like monitor, printer, speakers. Yes. Okay, those devices which give the output of the data processed in the computer in the form of soft copy or hard copy, it is called the output device. And one more thing is that in output device, the output devices produce two types of output. That output, the form of outputs are soft copy and hard copy output. Now What is the soft copy and what do you mean the hard copy output? Soft copy output, the output that we cannot touch, it is called the soft copy output. This is one of the form of output that we can't touch but we can only see, so we can't make any editable change over there. These types of outputs are soft copy output, and this output is produced by the devices like monitor, speakers. These are some of the example of soft copy output devices. And now next to hard copy output device, which form of output is known as the hard copy output device? The output that we can touch, these are called hard copy output. As we know that soft copy output are those output which we can't touch, but hard copy output are those output which we touch, which we can easily touch. And hard copy output device, now hard copy is produced on paper by printers or plotters. So printers and plotters are known as hard copy output devices. Some example of output devices we already discussed here, given monitor, same the way printer, same the way plotter. These are the examples of output device. Next we have VDU, that is the visual display unit. It is also called the monitor. Now you have to know about the types of monitor. I have mentioned here the monitors types, and the monitor is also called the visual display unit. CRT monitor, cathode ray tube monitor. This is the oldest monitor, and CRT monitor are basically used in the desktop computer. This is one of the example of CRT monitor. Next one we have LED, liquid crystal display. Similarly we have liquid crystal display, and next we have LED, light emitting diode. So these types of monitors are called LEDs. Here is given, see the pictures. Similarly we have the types of printer also. On types of printer we have impact printer, the noisy and low quality printer. These are called the impact printer. Impact printers are those which prints the output on paper by producing sounds, and these are the low quality printer because the quality of output printed on the paper is low. Example of impact printers like is decibel printers, dot matrix printers. These are some of the examples of impact printers. Similarly we have non-impact printer, another example types, and this is noiseless. These printers are noiseless, and these are also high quality printers. So this example of such printers are laser printer, inkjet printers, etc. These are some of the example of non-impact printer. Now we have next topic that types. It is processing unit or device and storage unit. Now what types of device is the processing devices or processing unit? Those devices which process the input data to produce the output result. This center part, this device, this is known as the processing device. For example, CPU is the processing device of the computer. Whatever the instruction we provide to the computer to perform the work, that instruction is being processed in CPU or the processing device, and only after processing that input data it will produce the required output. CPU, okay, it has also three parts: control unit, arithmetical and logical unit, and that is primary memory. Also we can say memory unit, but in memory unit we have further category, that is primary memory and secondary memory. So where primary memory is also known as the internal memory, and secondary memory is also known as external memory. And memory unit having two types: primary memory called internal or main memory of computer, that can directly accessed by processor. These are the internal memory which the processor can directly access. Whatever the content are present in the primary memory, these contents are directly accessed by processor. And some of the examples of primary memory are RAM and ROM. Secondary memory, the additional or external memory used in computer to store the large amount of information. These are secondary memory. Secondary memory are external, and these types of memory can store the large amount of information, and this is not similar to the primary memory, because primary memory has only limited capacity, and these are only the processing time access memory. But secondary memory, they can hold the data for long period of time and also hold large amount of data or informations. So example of secondary memory are hard disks, USB flash drive. Okay, next we have computer peripherals. Now the computer peripherals, it is the equipment connected with computer for its use. It is known as the computer peripherals. Whatever the equipments or devices connected to the computer for performing the work or to perform the whole computer system, that is known as the computer peripherals.